Black Clover's movie is officially out, and oh boy, was it good. Now, funny enough, it was supposed to come out in March, but it got delayed unfortunately, but now the wait is over. And my goodness, was it unreal. Now, first off, if you want to know where you can watch the movie, if you haven't watched the movie and you want to come back to this video, the movie is on Netflix actually. It was a simultaneous release in both Japan and America, so if you want, you can watch it in English dub. With that being said, let's actually talk about the movie. Also, subscribe you monsters, do it now. Now, when it comes to the plots, it's pretty much what you'd expect from a typical non-canon anime movie. The antagonists show up in the beginning, showing their evil stuff, with several allies with really cool powers. Protagonists get their asses whooped at the beginning of the movie. Second half of the movie, the protagonists split up and get their get back on the other antagonists separately, while the main protagonist takes on the big baddie, gets a movie canon transformation, and saves the day. Very simple. However, you don't really go into these kind of movies expecting the most overwhelmingly crazy plot. And it's not like JJK0, which is intertwined with JJK's story as a whole. The Black Clover movie is just dumb fun. And so in that department, it does its job. A little bit of criticism though. I hate how some of the fights happen off screen. I get why. It's likely because the movie would have gone on too long, as they have so many antagonists and so many characters that it's kind of impossible to focus on all of them. But I definitely wish some of the fights weren't done off screen. But the fights themselves were really good, and the animation was phenomenal. And speaking of the animation, let's actually talk about that. The animation itself was absolutely unreal. Get the small negatives out the way. Yeah, there were some weak drawings or weaker drawings here and there, some odd CGI here and there, some janky CGI backgrounds here and there, and there are some times when the storyboards aren't particularly impressive, but the staff behind it and the ridiculous amount of talent that this movie had was capable of creating a ridiculously visually impressive movie. And this is even more impressive considering the fact of where Black Clover comes from. Quite literally a weekly production with some of the worst conditions to the point where it's unreal. While the Black Clover anime was only held up because the staff was so talented and dedicated, here they actually have the ability to go all out. This movie, right off the bat, is filled with ridiculously strong drawings, and this is mostly consistent to its end. And Black Clover never really had strong drawings. The character acting animation is also unreal, along with the effects animation, as we can see this early from the first scene. The CGI in this scene here is off and on, but the choreography is really nice, and I love the smears and effects animation. In the scene after, we have more strong drawings. Please, my heart can't take it anymore. The water effects look unreal, and the drawings look incredible, especially Asta going into his demon form with tons of Katsuna lightning. At this point, if you saw Katsuna lightning in a dictionary, Black Clover would be number one as the definition. After this scene, we do get a bit of downtime, and like I said, some of the drawings here and there are weak, but the character animation is phenomenal. And again, there's more really strong drawings. I'm trying to get like you, my boy. Them back muscles are. This next scene is really good. It just has more wind effects animation, and the storyboards accompanied with it look really nice. Skipping around, this Merliona fight scene is really nice. The scene where she's walking up is a little bit odd. The perspective is odd, but everything else about it is unreal. Takashi Miyanami's pose-to-pose work, along with the perspectives, is just chef's kiss. And also, the very clear Yutapon style at the end is just unreal as well. Touching up on Yuno's fight a little bit more, Yami's swordplay choreography just looks phenomenal. Nice effects flying off the blade, and speaking of effects, Yuno has like an absurd quantity of effects when he's fighting. And moving on to the final fight, unfortunately, not really fond of the background here. The animation is phenomenal, still ridiculously strong drawings like I've stated. The characters go into their special transformations. Asta literally uses his cross flare as footing. This, in my opinion, is probably the strongest drawing in the entire series. Like, that's freaking wallpaper worthy at this point. And the choreography here is amazing. Katsuna lightning, once again. We get background movements, first person perspectives, low angle shots. They really went all out. And this last strike they held for a large amount of frames before releasing it with a shit ton of impact frames. The final scene is what you'd expect at this point. Music playing in the background with the really strong drawings. The main character having the movie exclusive transformation. I think this is around Tanaka's portion, but not only are the drawings on point, the compositing and the effects animation, the character acting is unreal, along with all the other different perspectives we get along with it. This final scene looks phenomenal. Honestly, I think the whole movie looked really good in my opinion, especially considering where the entire thing came from. I loved it. I really did. Even though it was really basic, I loved the movie. And that's it. If you want to see more of my content, or you want to see me more, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you get caught up whenever I post. I'm Debunked by Aaron, and I'm signing out.